What's going on, my people? It's your boy Alex Ramos. In today's video, man, it's a little bit different. We're going to be talking about Francis Ngannou, my friends. Now, if you guys aren't aware with this guy, he is a former UFC heavyweight champion of the world, possibly one of the greatest UFC heavyweight champions that we've ever had. A couple years ago, he has problems with the UFC. They can't decide on a contract for Francis Ngannou, as he not only wants a certain amount of money, but he also wants to be able to do things outside the UFC. Dana White in the UFC doesn't allow that to happen, which concludes to them not re-signing in a contract. Guys, since then, Francis Ngannou had two boxing fights, once against Tyson Fury, which was an absolute amazing fight where he dropped Tyson Fury, had the best of luck. Bro, they should have gave him the fight, honestly. They didn't give it to him. That's the first right there, I think, which they robbed him with that. Then, guys, in 2024 in March, this guy comes in against Anthony Joshua and just absolutely gets slept, my friends. Dude, to make things worse, the next month after that, in April, he loses his 15-month-old son, Kobe, my friends. His 15-month-old son died, my friends. His name was Kobe. Francis Ngannou wasn't even able to be there, as he talks about it on Joe Rogan's podcast. If you haven't seen, he talks about how he felt like because he wasn't there, he felt like worthless. As a father, you know, you want to be able to defend your son. You want to be able to be there, and he couldn't even be there. And I know it hurts him. You know, this guy's a great man. You know, he's been through everything. You know, coming from Cameroon and coming from Africa and just, you know, having 7 different times, being left in the desert at certain times in his life. Guys, he doesn't deserve this. You know, he's a hard worker, blue collar guy, just like all of us. And then just last week, my friends, just last week, man, he's involved in another fatal car crash, you guys. This girl was 17 years old. I believe her name was Natsama Manuela. Yup, Francis Ngannou. I guess he's driving his motorcycle. He's driving it around, and boom, he hits this girl. She doesn't die instantly. She gets hurt. Francis Ngannou rushes her to the hospital. He does everything correct. It's not like he leaves the scene. You know, he takes forever to do. No, he rushes her to the hospital. He pays for all the hospital fees, everything. But the girl didn't make it. The girl didn't make it, man. And, you know, Francis Ngannou has been releasing statements recently, and he's talking about how his heart is shattered. And you guys, I absolutely love Francis Ngannou, man. I love Francis Ngannou. I love what he did in the UFC. You know, being one of the hardest strikers ever to even live, hardest puncher ever to live in history, bro. Francis Ngannou, man, I feel for this guy, bro. I feel for this guy, man. And I'm pretty sure all you UFC fans and even boxing fans or people who, you know, who were from the bottom and try to raise to the top feel for this man. He's not a bad guy, just like a lot of us. But bad luck and bad things just keep on happening in these days and these times, man. And it sucks for Francis Ngannou, man. It really does. It's like Cain Velasquez and what's going on with Cain. You know, he's in jail. The man who molested his 4-year-old son is not even in jail right now and is still waiting for his charge, you guys. I mean, everything is messed up right now. I feel for Francis Ngannou. I absolutely love this man. I hope he does come back this year and, you know, fights everything. And hopefully there's no charges pressed against him. We will see soon. And hopefully he gets that Deontay Wilder fight, you guys. Make another bag. You know, that's a huge fight right there. And not only is it a huge fight, but I think he has a chance against Deontay Wilder, man. You know, the bronze bomber. And to this day, man, it'll be an absolutely amazing fight. You know, Deontay Wilder shows respect to his fighters, man. And, you know, especially people he knocks out and for people who've been through knockouts and stuff. You guys, I really hope Francis Ngannou at the ends of this, Ngannou ends up on top. And if you do, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And I'll go ahead and be updating you guys on what's going to be going on with Francis Ngannou, you know, going forward, my friends. But, hey, hopefully everything goes good with my boy, man. Shout out to everybody that I watched, man, and I'm out.